Welcome back to Game Gentleman News, where we scour the world of gaming to bring you the top 10 headlines each and every week. Here are the stories you should know from February 10th to February 16th, 2020. Number 10. It appears that the development team behind System Shock 3 has been let go by developer Otherside. Announced in a report from Video Game Chronicle, the article cites an anonymous post on RPG Codex by user Kincorn Khan, which states that the entire development team is no longer employed and that development of the game was critically behind. This post comes off the back of a number of high-profile departures from the studio, including the game's writer, director, design director, and lead programmer. At the time of recording, Otherside had declined to comment on the matter to any of the gaming press. Number 9. BioWare have announced they will be shifting development support of their heavily criticised title Anthem away from full season content in favour of focusing on a long-term redesign of the game experience. The announcement was made in a blog post from BioWare GM Casey Hudson, which highlights the work the studio has done to improve stability and performance issues since launch, and acknowledges the community feedback on the need for a better loot experience, progression, and endgame. While the focus moves away from seasonal content, Hudson says they will continue to keep the current game going with events, store refreshes, and revisiting past content. Number 8. Ubisoft is reviving the Prince of Persia franchise with a virtual reality room escape experience. Titled The Dagger of Time, the game tasks players with reaching the Hourglass Chamber within the mysterious fortress. According to the announcement post, Dagger of Time will require teams of 2 to 4 players to work cooperatively to explore the temple's towers. Climbing and verticality will play a role in the experience, and puzzles will be solved using the franchise's famed time manipulation. The title is being developed by Ubisoft Dusseldorf, who have developed 2 Assassin's Creed VR experiences, and is scheduled for a spring release. Number 7. Nioh 2 has officially gone gold. The news was shared by the Nioh 2 official account on Twitter, announcing the game has received master approval, which means that the title is on schedule to make its March 13th release. Nioh 2 is a sequel to the highly successful Souls-like 2017 title, developed by Team Ninja and published by Koei Tecmo. Number 6. Sony reportedly paid $229 million to bring Insomniac games into the fold. According to a recent SEC filing, the deal was reportedly made mostly in cash and is subject to change before the end of March 2020 based on the closing financial statements from the developer. Insomniac Games has been a long-time collaborator with Sony, creating franchises such as Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet & Clank, and Resistance. Their 2018 blockbuster hit Spider-Man has reportedly shipped over 5 million copies worldwide as of January this year. Number 5. Infinity Ward have released details of Call of Duty Modern Warfare's Season 2 DLC. Among the updates will be 2 new multiplayer maps, 1 a remaster of fan favourite Rust, first seen in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and 2 a map called Atlas Superstore, where players will be battling in a Costco-like superstore. Rust will be available in both multiplayer and gunfight modes, while the Atlas Superstore will be available in standard multiplayer modes only. The Season 2 DLC will have already launched by the time you're watching this video and is available same day and date across all platforms, although you will need to download a rather large 51GB patch in order to access. Number 4. Limited Run Games have announced via their Twitter page that they would be holding an E3 press conference at 3 PM Eastern Time on Monday the 8th of June. They even signed off with the cheeky hashtag #LimitedRunSavesE3. The North Carolina-based distributor is known for releasing physical copies of digital games and selling direct to consumers via their website. They have distributed physical editions for titles such as Another World 20th Anniversary, Axiom Verge Multiverse Edition, Guacamelee, Oddworld New and Tasty, and the Shenmue 3 Collector's Edition. Limited Run Games joins Microsoft, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Square Enix, and others who have all confirmed they would be attending this year's E3, according to the ESA. Number 3. Manufacturing costs may force Sony into a difficult price-setting decision in its battle with Microsoft. According to a report by Bloomberg, scarce components have risen the manufacturing costs to around the $450 per unit mark, and have caused Sony to adopt a wait-and-see approach with the PS5 price. The main issue Sony is facing is a reliable supply of DRAM and NAND flash memory, which is also in use by smartphone makers. While the price of the unit has not been set, most of its components have, reportedly including an unusually expensive cooling system designed to make sure heat dissipation from the powerful chips housed inside the console isn't an issue. There is no word at this stage whether Microsoft is facing similar supply shortages, as the 2 consoles are reportedly operating off similar architecture. Number 2. An ultra-rare Super Nintendo PlayStation prototype has gone off for auction 5 years after reportedly being found in 2015. At the time of recording, the auction had reached $310,000 and is expected to keep climbing in price, with the auction set to finish on the 27th of the month. The console is a result of an infamous partnership between Sony and Nintendo, which was pulled out at the 11th hour, and famously motivated Sony to go on and make the standalone PlayStation. It's reported that only 200 of these prototypes were made, with this one being one of the only ones known to still exist. Number 1. Games industry veteran and creator of the Game Awards Geoff Keighly has announced via his Twitter page that he would not be attending this year's E3. Posted on the 13th of February, the statement reads, "For the past 25 years, I have attended every electronic entertainment expo. Covering, hosting, and sharing E3 has always been a highlight of my year, not to mention a defining part of my career. I've debated what to say about E3 2020. While I want to support the developers who will showcase their work, I also need to be open and honest with you, the fans, about precisely what to expect from me. I have made the difficult decision to decline to produce the E3 Coliseum. For the first time in 25 years, I will not be participating in E3. I look forward to supporting the industry in other ways and other events in the future." Further elaborating on his statement in an interview with GamesIndustry.biz, Keighly noted that he did not feel comfortable in participating with the show given the plans for 2020. E3 is said to be heading for a drastic change in 2020, with a statement from the ESA outlining plans such as surprise guests, stage experiences, access to insiders, and experimental zones. And now you're all caught up on what's going on in the world of gaming. Detailed links for any of this week's news stories can be found in the description below. We're a new channel here on YouTube, so your support really helps. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back next week with more gaming news.